Hi, my name is Marcus Heisner, and today I'm going to be going over 3 exercises: the squat, deadlift, and Bulgarian squat. And what we'll be doing first is the squat, and I have my volunteer here, Alejandra. And what we're going to do is I'm going to explain the squat and its form and some common faults, and then I'm going to have her demonstrate. And the squat in general starts at about a hip width stance, toes straight, and then what you're going to want to do is, as if you're sitting back into a chair, take the hips back, and you can even have your arms out in front to kind of counter the balance and the weight. And you generally want to keep, I'll give you a side angle, because you generally want to keep your knees kind of right over your ankles as you go. And you don't really want the knees to be kind of caving in or too far out either. You want to keep them right over the ankles. And then I'm going to have Alejandra demonstrate about 5 reps of a squat. Good. And some things I would instruct her to do is sit her hips back a little more so that the knees are over the ankles. And so that's good there. Let's just give 2 reps at the side angle just to make sure that the knees are staying somewhat over the ankles. Great, thank you. And that's good there. And then what we're going to do now is add a little bit of weight and make sure that she maintains form with a little bit of a weight. We've got 10-pound kettlebell here. So what you're going to do is just hold the kettlebell right in the middle here, like so, and then you're just going to squat. Make sure those knees stay over the ankles. Let's do a couple facing this way. And not too bad, but one thing I would say is to straighten out the feet just a little bit. There we go, and that helps to keep the knees over the ankles a little easier. And that's good there. Thank you so much. We'll go to the next one. And now for the deadlift, which begins in kind of a similar starting point with the hip width, toes facing forward, and then you're pretty much generating the movement just from the hips. You want to keep the knees barely bent. I like to say you keep them soft, and then just keep them there, and then the movement is generated from the hips. And you're just bending at the hips, keeping the back straight as you go. And I'll have this to just help keep form. And with the arms, you just want them about shoulder width. And then with that little bit of knee bend, hinging at the hips, keeping the back relatively close, keeping that back straight as you come up. I'll show you a side angle so you can see that my knees just stay fairly soft or barely bent. And then it's just the hips that are generating the movement, that hip hinge there. And you want to keep the back straight and nice and neutral. One common fault, or a couple of common faults, would be to straighten out the knee as you bend, or have too loose of a back, not a straight, strong back as you're going down, or bend your knees too much as you're going down. So we don't want any of that. Just toes straight, hip width, little bit of knee bend, and then you're just doing that hip hinge. Coming right back up with a straight, strong back. So we'll have Alejandro demonstrate a couple of reps forward and then a couple of reps to the side. Not bad. I would just remind you to keep your arms straight and just let them stay relaxed. Keep your arms straight. And then just hinge at the hips and come right back up. Hinge at the hips, come right back up. And keep those knees soft. Now we'll turn to the side and then do a couple reps here from the side. Keep the arms straight. And remember that little bit of knee bend. Thank you. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of weight to see how the form is and remains with the weight. So a little bit of knee bend, just that hip hinge. foam actually seems a little better now that we added a little bit of weight. Just a reminder to keep the knees soft. And then we'll do just a couple reps to the side. And soft knees for the last one. And thank you so much. And for the Bulgarian split squat, what we'll be doing is having one foot behind us and on a bench, or on, in this case, an ottoman. And then what you want to do is have your front foot, this is the leg that we're working, you want it positioned nice and straight so that your low back isn't too hyperextended, which is a common mistake. A lot of people do this exercise with their leg way out in front and their leg way out behind, which puts this right leg, hip flexor and quad way on stretch, and then when they go down, they're not really working this leg as much as they could be. They're mainly just putting a good stretch on that right side hip flexor and quad. So a better position for it to limit the hyperextension of the low back that occurs when the leg's too far forward. A lot of times people kind of have a little bit too much arch in that back. You want to start with the leg a little bit closer, and you're pretty much going straight down. Another common fault is people will have their front knee kind of go way over their toes here, which is a bad position for that knee. You want to keep your knee relatively over the ankle and go straight down, come right back up. Go straight down, come right back up. When you do it from that position, you feel a lot of work in that, pretty much that whole front leg. And the back leg's just assisting you and helping to get a little bit more core activation. So let's have Alejandra demonstrate a couple reps and see how her form is. Not bad. One thing I might say is just to go a little bit more down than forward. There we go. And then she does a much better job of keeping the knee right over the ankle. And so we'll just do one more and then keep that positioning. And I'm going to hand you this kettlebell to just hold right like so, and then middle of the chest. And then you're doing the same form. Good. Keeping your core strong. Good, much better. We'll do one more there. All right. Thank you so much, and thank you for your time.